Guys, welcome back to some more War of Rights. Today we're going to be on the Sunday night event hosted by Sussy. I have Corded and Eagle here if you guys do want to say hello.
Hello.
Hey.
I will leave a link to their channels in the description. We have Eagle, who has recorded the first match on Nicodemus Hill. It was a really great battle. A lot of carnage from artillery. But for the second round, we're going to be playing on Redoubt on the Harper's Ferry. In terms of the regiments that are going to be attending tonight's event, we have ANV, we have the 1st Corps consisting of Anderson's Brigade, and also the 2nd Corps. Opposing them on the Union, we have the IVB, we have PA, the 5th New Hampshire, 72nd PIV, 5th Florida, 5th North Carolina, and I believe that is it. So it looks like Union troops are going to be holding within the Redoubt, and we have CSA troops on the move towards the objective. In terms of strategy for this round, what is the ideal movement? You think pushing left around the Redoubt or going right with arty support is the best move, or maybe down the middle?
To be honest, the left side is typically the approach for CSA because, like, you have this gigantic defilade, just this giant hill that you can hide behind, and Union really has to expose themselves to be able to get hit. And I mean, going on this right side, CSA artillery can be pretty inconsistent, and it can take a while for them to get their shots in. And really, their only shots, it's super far away. Like, even if you take the POV from the Union perspective, that CSA artillery is way far away. There's such difficult shots to make. So that left side is definitely the best way for CSA to get across.
Yeah, and in terms of Union, the biggest thing for Union is you cannot let the CSA get into the berm. That's the biggest thing you're holding there. But on top of that, the little area between the bunch of sticks in the berm, CSA can sometimes like the hold there and just get a bunch of respawns in, and that's a great way for you to lose a lot of tickets. So Union's biggest thing is just to keep them out of the vicinity of the berm, keep them back there shooting at a distance, and that's how Union's got to win this game.
I think that is a solid approach. We got CSA taking the advice of Corded, pushing in on the left side. We'll see if they can breach. This is going to be a tough hold here. Looks like Union troops are pretty spread out, especially on the left side. Making their way.
Looks like they're going in right away. Federal artillery, that was actually nicely timed.
CSA splitting up, A and V, and I-Corps going on the right side, 6 LA is going on the left. So it looks like actually I-Corps and 6th Louisiana have the buck and ball for this map. So 9th Louisiana, that regiment has it. So they can do a lot of damage up close.
And smart move with the flag bearers, keeping them in the rear, making sure those respawns are still alive. But Union troops trying to shadow on the far left flank, however, they are pretty heavily outnumbered here. And I think Confederate forces are going to be able to get a foothold.
Yeah, a couple of Bolivar Heights Redbout matches ago, this very thing happened. CSA pushed left, and then it kind of failed, but A and V, this same group, went to the right side as they're doing right now, and they kind of took the spot and held it and completely drained the whole Union team's tickets. So
I think CSA should keep their flags in a position that they can run, basically to that right side of where this line is, because there's going to be a Union coming on this left side into their side. Like 59th New York, they're coming down this outside of the berm. Well, actually, they might be hopping in, but it's really easy for CSA to get surrounded here if they don't have any help.
It looks like that is what's happening right now. We got the Italians on the right flank trying to cut off any attempt at a retreat. Looks like Flagbear trying to get an early start, falling back. He knows the... Oh, man, and he goes down. Let's see if they can get the flag out.
He's running the flag out. Corn Pop was running a flag over for CSA, and he just got popped by PA. See the down flag there.
We got Teletubby with the flag now, trying to run back. He's in hot pursuit. We got... Oh, and he's down.
2 down CSA flags right now.
Wow. So not a great push from the CSA. A good attempt. But it looks like they are going to be... I think they're making another push. This is kind of surprising here. They don't have the numbers game to be pushing like this. I think trying to consolidate at spawn would be ideal. But keeping the pressure on, we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, they're down a fair amount of tickets. And numbers are about even on the server. Confederates have 11 guys on artillery.
Get him, dog! Get him, dog!
So they're down 10 some guys infantry, and that's a big factor on the when you have 90, 100 dudes on a team.
Yeah, yeah. I just wonder, I mean, they have a pretty good angle of attack when the Union's at the top of the redoubt here. But even then, I do agree. I think 11 guys might be a little bit too much. I think maybe 2 guns, maybe 6 guys would be ideal versus the guys getting in the line, pushing in.
Yeah, and also with this, the Union kind of spreading out on the berms, it's really difficult for Artie to do much damage. And then, unless the CSA actually coordinates their attacks with artillery, it's not going to be that effective.
Completely agree. Now, as for the Union, I mean, they're walking 3 guys for Artie, which I do think is ideal. I mean, these guys, they're pretty burrowed in. They don't really have too much of a field of view. So I think they're right on the money in terms of trying to maximize line units.
Looks like 6LA on the far side, the far CSA left. They're trying to get around the Union right side right now. They don't have a flag, but
Spread out more. Spread out more.
they're pushing that far out.
I'm sure you guys have seen Star Wars, the battle for the high ground. I'm sure the same could be said here.
See it, Sergeant 420. Get it some pistol shots off. He gave up. Oh, actually, it's 6LA versus 6LA on this hard north side.
Who do you think's gonna win, Corded? 6LA or 6LA?
It's a tough one. They're both pretty good.
That's a tough one. I wonder why you would say that, Mr. 6LA Corded.
I would say my company's going to win, but they're firing the wrong direction. So, well, you know.
Up!
CSA is actually very spread out across the map. You do have a group on the far right. I think they're trying to get up on their flags. It's 6 Georgia guys.
It looks like they are. Now we got a couple flags down, or 1 flag down in the middle of no man's land. I think this is a pretty suicidal charge, but we do have the Django pushing in. We'll see if we can get it up.
He's got it, but there's not many people in that company.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be a relay race. One guy drops it, another guy picks it up, but it's kind of hard to do when you have no one there.
Just let it respawn.
I think JMP is going to run up and get it.
6LA's pushing up a little bit, trying to get shots on 6LA.
Oh, can he make it? He's going for it.
6LA has pushed back 6LA with their shooter.
Oh man, he doesn't go for the flag. He just lets it drop, which I do agree. I do think it is the best approach. Just wait for that timer to reset.
Yeah, that many tickets coming in. Actually, 6LA is pushing in up against some of these guys' accessory brigade, but they're going to get wiped. And, okay, now there's some CSA going in, but it's not all at the same time. ANV's starting to push up. I think they're going in, though. And then I-Corp, they're back at like the big tree that we normally kind of rally behind.
Now, I think a
Yeah,
really... Oops, sorry, I'll let you go, Eagle.
No, you go.
So I think, especially for the CSA, you know, getting maybe 20 yards apart and doing some volley fire is probably not the right approach. I definitely recommend getting in close towards that berm and then shooting. Because these guys are pretty out in the open, especially when it comes to these Italians, which their chest and head are exposed as to where the CSA, their entire body is.
So that Union on the right side is starting to push forward. PA,
So hard.
5th New Hampshire. They're trying to get some flanking shots on the CSA that did push up those in A and B. Yeah.
And they are totally uncontested right now. Now they're starting to turn and fire on their left flank, but a really good flanking maneuver. I don't think the CSA was expecting a flank pushing outside the defensive zone.
Gentlemen, up here.
And you can just see the spacing, especially when we have time to coordinate a line. Union troops are just a lot more spread out as to where you can see CSA is just scrambling to get a line formation set.
Yep, first coming up to help. I think the overall CSA strategy needs to be try and just charge as many times as possible. That's kind of where they're going to get the best ticket trade. Because shooting is just not going to work for them.
Yeah.
This is kind of a similar situation to river crossing. Just got to keep going.
They're just too in the open to be shooting like that. They need to get up close, charge en masse, and push in. It's just getting that foothold.
Yeah, the big thing with that first charge too is CSA didn't go in together. They split off into two groups. One group went in, and then the other group tried to flank around the right side. And I mean, Union just defeated them in detail pretty quickly. So CSA hit engaged here. Union's up about a fourth of a morale stage.
CSA finally getting into position, spreading out those lines as thin as possible. Looks like we have a flanking force on the far left side. Once again, 2nd Corps making their push.
Honestly, when the Union comes out like this to try and fire the CSA, that just does not work for the Union. You can see 5th Florida, they were really pumped up. That's a lot of opportunities for CSA to get some tickets.
Yeah, I know. Defenders, your job is just to sit back, avoid tickets. You have a great berm. If CSA's not going to push it, no point in trying to risk losing tickets.
Another
6
push.
delays. Yeah.
But I don't think this has the momentum to breach the berm here. Still lacking manpower. You can see Confederate forces spread out into 3 different groups. And it seems like they're hedging their bet on just trying to get as many shots off as possible and win this, you know, shootout. But just given the positioning, they don't have the high ground, they don't have the cover, it's not going to be a winning fight for the CSA.
We do have some I-Corps 6th Georgia skirmishers coming out to the southeast. Firing at the backside of the line.
You know, it's kind of unfortunate, too. That down flag that was there, the guy that ran over and picked it up for like 2 seconds just delayed that from being able to spawn back at main for another 5 minutes.
Yeah, I hope they don't grab it.
I think it'd be funny if they did.
Oh, it's gone now.
Oh! Yeah. Speaking of which. Maybe CSA's waiting for that last flag before going in again.
Get your ass up.
It does look like CSA already is honing in their shots. You can see those Italians. A lot of pasta sauce is flying in the air.
It's raining there. CSA's getting more consolidated. We might see a push soon.
Especially with that flag getting respawned.
Union's getting more centered. Good time for CSA already to get something going, get some shots lined up for when CSA charges.
Yeah, and they are taking a knee, so it does seem like they are getting their reloads and bayonets, getting ready for that push. Once again, though, they just don't have the manpower. But we'll see if they can converge.
I think really A and V and 5th Virginia need to go in first with their Mississippi 41s because those are very short rifles. They're not good in melee range. So just be the front group to take the shots and let the bucket ball come in and clean the Union up.
Yeah, it looks like A and V is pushing up first.
Here they come, boys!
Brave West banners, Brave West.
Right here, that's them. Get close, get
Probably
close, get
capping
close.
his ass.
CSA pouring through, very much so right now, holding the far side of the berm. Union hitting engaged. Where are these CSA flags?
We do have an Italian push on the left side coming in. Looks like, take that back. They're not committing to a charge on the left. They're going around, all the way around. Trying to cut off any retreat for the Confederates. But with no flag bearers, this is going to be a really hard battle for the CSA to win.
5th New Hampshire's charging the CSA flags that are holding back.
It looks like they are going to be forcing the CSA to the south side, or at least the bottom of the redoubt.
That's interesting.
And I think this is just going to be an exhausted death.
5th New Hampshire is forcing the CSA flags to run back.
I don't think CSA flags need to run away. I don't know. I would say they need to just stay there and get the people close. Because there's a lot of Union kind of moving down with these CSA guys at the bottom.
And once again,
That's out of line tickets
CSA...
for Union though.
Yep. CSA wiped out on the bottom side of the redoubt. We do have a couple skirmishers still by the rocks. Looks like that is their home for now, or at least for most of the match.
I'm kind of surprised the CSA flags didn't go up with them in that charge, because CSA needs to gain that ground in the berm, at least in front of the berm or in the berm, and the only way you're going to do that is by having your flags up there getting those 5-second respawns. So
They don't need to be like right up on the berms. They need to be like kind of
Right.
back down the hill where CSA regroups. But they need to always be watching the left side because that's where Union likes to sneak in and take those flags down. Too many times.
Union is still ahead on tickets too.
They are. I think the ticket gap is kind of getting closer though. Kind of seems that way.
Especially with these arty shells. Or excuse me, they're keeping that deficit alive. But CSA, they're going to be regrouping by the big tree here. I don't know if that's an oak tree. But getting grouped up, going to be pushing in again. And, you know, to your point, Eagle, keeping those flag bearers close, getting those reinforcements as quick as possible into the battle is going to keep these lines engaged and hopefully overwhelm Union positions. But right now, it's not looking too good. I really, in terms of a game plan, I don't know what else they can do. Maybe a mass charge, you know, no wait timer, just charge into one of the flanks or center. It's an uphill battle, no pun intended.
Yeah, man, you get it off the berm, that means you can roll it out in this.
So CSA's kind of moved up to those rocks again. They're just kind of spreading out and shooting, kind of moving up to the center as well.
I love how the flag bearers are all corralled behind one rock. Ape strong together.
I mean, 20 minutes in the round. Pace for CSA is a little slow in terms of tickets.
It is.
I
especially
generally
in Italy.
think about... my philosophy is you need to knock your opponents down every about 10 or 11 minutes as an attacker. If you want to be at a consistent rate, right?
Yep. We got A and V now pushing in, doing some more volley fire. Spacing's a little bit tight. But once again, just out in the open. The only positive from this is that they are keeping Union troops at bay, and it's going to allow that Confederate army to get some really nasty shots. Oh my goodness.
If they could just keep those angles, keep those fuses, keep the elevation, just hit those shots again in like 2 minutes when CSA charges. It'll be great.
Hopefully they coordinate it too.
I really hope so too. I said I really hope so too.
For some reason,
it feels like it never happens.
I know it's. I've watched this game for so long, and it gets mentioned every once in a while, but it never happens. It's such a beautiful thing when it does happen.
I wouldn't know.
Alright, so all I'm hearing is that, Corded, you need to start your own battery so that you can coordinate with the infantry so we can get the greatest compilations.
Maybe. Who knows?
It's not a no, so it's gonna happen. CSA is actually almost about to hit taking losses.
Not looking too good right now.
Looks like 6LA is doing like a fire and shift to the right. Just like actually inching their way over.
Where are the crabs in this?
A&V pushing up again. Now, I do like how they are independent firing. They're not firing all at once, giving time for the Union troops to poke their heads above, not wasting their volley. But you really can't beat the approach the Union has right now. Get above the berm, get a quick shot off, and oh my, okay.
Ooh, nice.
Well, I was going to say get a shot off and fall back, but you really can't fall back when it comes to arty fire. They are honed in right now with the CSA arty. Actually, taking a look at their arty crew, do you guys know who pulled the firing pin on that one?
It was probably a combined effort from like all the guns.
All 11 artillerymen grabbed the thing and just all ripped it at the same time on the same gun.
I might have to backtrack and say, hey, maybe 11 guys is ideal. They are just destroying that one corner of the map. And looks like Union troops, I mean, they're forced to stay there. If they fall back, it's going to allow CSA to push in. I think they're just going to have to suck it up and say, hey, a cannonball to the face is, it's alright. Acceptable casualties.
CSA has almost surrounded the Union. Got 6LA on the southeast side, along with some I-Corps guys. Now they're clamping up again. No!
CSA hits taking losses, Union's about to foul. That ticker gap has definitely gotten closer. I hear let's go from 6LA.
I don't know about that.
Oh, it's only like 8 of them. And
Alright, tickets are even now.
Soul's got the kill to go down to taking losses.
Another beautiful hit from CSA arty. And now this is the time to strike for the CSA on top of this redoubt. They gotta push in. Numbers are relatively weak for the Union. We'll see if they take the initiative, but right now it looks like they are sitting back and just duking it out. They've got the numbers game right here. And it looks like they are gonna be oh, come on, boys.
Win!
They wanna push. Oh man, this
LA's actually gaining some ground though on that far side.
They're distracting so many Union down there. At least like 2 of their flags.
The nice part about this map though for CSA is that they just need to win and get into the berm once, and generally they'll win the map.
But a great move there from the 6LA, getting a foothold now, and you got a lot of people hiding behind these caissons.
We are the righteous few.
A little bit clumped here, but I think the balance of power is starting to shift. Oh man, Artie, another perfect strike. And it looks like
Here we
CSA
go.
has finally taken the opportunity to push in now.
They're charging.
They can definitely get a foothold up there.
Yeah, I think
They can afford to push the flags up. They've got 3 of them hanging back.
they do need to push
He's
in.
charging fix the layout as well on the far side.
An opportunity for the top side to get a ground.
Yep.
And I think that was a perfectly timed charge. Watching the pasta sauce fly was kind of the World War I whistle of, hey, let's get in there. And that is exactly what they did. But Flag Bears, like you said, Corded, they're just sitting back. They need to push in, get those reinforcements closer to the spawn point. But they're playing very defensive, although they're being the attackers. They need to get a little bit more aggressive. And it's going to allow time for the Union to kind of rally the men. And I think Union troops do have control at the top of this redoubt, actually getting canister off now.
Banners, back to the caisson.
Yeah, Union's gonna hold this.
On white boy.
Yep.
All right, CSA needs to back off now. They're starting to lose skirmishing tickets.
They should send the flags in alone.
You gonna fight me?
Union getting pretty aggressive now, charging way out. And I think, you know,
That's not good for
better
them.
discipline to, you know, stay. These are out of line tickets. This is really gonna hurt the Union. Although it might be 2 or 3 guys out of line. That's 15 tickets right there.
Yeah, it would make sense for them going out to try to get the flags, but I mean, if only a couple of them were going out, yeah, that's just unfortunate.
And we're pretty much neck and neck. 17 minutes to go. Both armies halfway through taking losses. And now we play the waiting game of where is this next assault. Now, I really do like this positioning from the Union on the right side. We have one arty gun in between the woodworks and the berm here. And I'm sure that thing is loaded with canister ready for Confederates to push through.
So you've got Doug and Ninja, these 2 Union officers on this north side. They're ramboing. They're going to try and get behind the CSA, but they are definitely spotted.
Ninja's turn to shoot.
See how many kills they get.
Oh, Doug goes down.
Doug's dead.
Ninja misses.
We got an officer
Just
duel.
again.
Ninja misses again.
Oh,
No!
he's down.
Okay, that was 10 tickets. They got nothing for
I'm
it.
not too sure what they were trying to do there.
There's actually some Union guys out to the very southeast. What is their plan? It's New Hampshire. I've never
They're going
seen
for the
Union go
artillery.
this far. I don't even think they can get that far for the artillery. Well, actually,
I do.
I don't think so. They can
think
get
you
it
can
like
push-
maybe to the wood line, but
Yep,
that's
yep.
not. Even then, they're not going to get good shots on them.
No. And it looks like CSA is going to be countering.
CSA actually starting to get ahead in tickets right now. Not by a lot, but
But this really does go to show just how effective CSA already has been on this map. For a unit to be pushing out like this to try and suppress them, I think that speaks volume of, I think that's the 2nd Corps in control of Artie. Excuse me, 1st and 2nd Corps.
the 6th Georgia is trying to stop 5th New Hampshire, who is getting eerily close to the CSA artillery.
How close can they get?
Waiting for another Artie round to come in here.
Ah yes, Bolivar Heights Redbout as intended.
Friendlies are charging up.
Get down.
Union troops getting some shots off on the extreme right flank. And look at this, already pushing up with canister. It looks like they are going to be trying to get a shot off on 1st Corps here. We'll see how effective it is. Are they teabagging?
All right, here comes CSA.
Some CSA actually getting over that berm right now. Union's about to hit braking.
CSA is getting this majority.
3 of the 4 flag bears down for the Union. This is not good.
CSA's got to move those flags up, though.
Wow. Incredible push from the CSA. Capping the point. This might be a quick victory.
CSA flag bear's got to move up. They can't. CSA hits braking.
Union troops frantically pushing out from spawn. No time for reloads. Just getting their bayonets on. Actually, no bayonets whatsoever. They're just trying to get men on point, which is probably the best strategy for them, given how... Oh, they're still holding the cap point. Wow.
CSA flag's starting to move up.
Union's going to be losing a lot of tickets coming into this. I think a lot of them need to just hop it right, hop over the berm and go that way.
Yep. And now
Or covered approach.
we have the CSA in the defensive posture. Capping the point.
Half of CSA is bucking ball.
Flag bearers have been moved in for the CSA.
Left side.
Getting those quick respawns. But pretty much anyone's game right now.
I would
I
disagree
don't
with
know.
that.
I think Union's lost this game. They're going to hit last stand or lose the point.
Flags, back up just a little bit. Don't be right
Pay your taxes, you son of a
Yeah,
bitch!
I mean, seriously, once CSA gets on the berm on this map, it's dang near impossible for Union to win the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, Union's lost like half a stage in the past 2 minutes.
They need to get those flags up.
Union's about to hit last stand any second now.
Wow, that was a quick change. It looks like we have another counter push coming in from the CSA, getting over the berm into combat.
There we go.
Wow.
5th New Hampshire is in the cabin.
Let's go.
Love it.
They're on the capture point. Let it be known.
Hold up, boys. Hold up.
And Confederates starting to go up and over and charge Union out. All Union guys that die, they don't come back. That should do it for this round.
That was pretty tense. I didn't expect it to be that close.
Alright, flag
For the most part.
Only one flag bear up for the... Oh, no more flag bears. The Italians. The last is off. And I want to say CSA already have halted fire. I don't know if they're going to be switching to infantry.
I hope they do a volley fire right at the end.
It looks like that might be what's happening. They're all getting their
Just
guns
team
ready.
kill everybody. Do it soon. That one's gonna end by kills.
And that is pretty much it. We got maybe 5 Yanks left.
New Hampshire. They're charging from the cabin.
Oh my god, the mad lads.
You out of the game. Who else wants to be out of the game? You out of the game.
Just shoot your friendlies on point.
Are they gonna do it? Holding fire till the end, unless they want a slow-mo shot, which they do. Oh, look at that, shooting into the air.
Oh wow, nice.
Look at those fireworks.
I wish they had hit friendlies.
I wish
That would've been so much more fun.
I was set up for that.
Look at the pile of bodies on the ground.
Dang.
Oh man, what a fun match.
I liked seeing how creative the CSA had to get in order to get a foothold. Like having people inching their way across the right side. That was fun to see.
That was.
Yeah. Good job from CSA. Very, very well played.
You can see, looking at the replay, consistent hits from Artie. right on the corner of that redoubt. Casualty-wise, we'll see how it goes. Definitely at the start of the engagement, though, Union was doing a pretty good job until that tail end when that charge came in. Wow,
It's a
pretty
lot
even.
of battle lines for Union.
That is. We got a couple of those officers push it out, which made it interesting. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Any last words or kind of final points for this match?
I've got nothing.
It's pretty entertaining. I hope we can see more matches like that.
Oh, definitely. So I will leave a description to both Corded and Eagle's channels in the description. Feel free to check them out. They post some great content if you guys are interested in watching some more War of Rights content. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys soon.
Let me absorb.